Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? My name is Kent. Of course, the channel's EOS San Diego. And yes, I talk about the blockchain every single night in this channel. So if you're interested in blockchain, if you want to find out a little bit more about it, you want to hear my opinion of it, I'm here every single night talking about it. So anyway, I was able to watch a little bit of the congressional hearings on cryptocurrencies. Of course, everybody's up and upset because of Facebook's Libra, and they feel like, I think Sherman was saying, Congressman Sherman out of California, it's Zuckerman's bucks. So Zuckerman wants to make himself into a financial empire, so he just created his own cryptocurrency, and he's just he's doing what the Federal Reserve does. Basically, that's what he said. We're the ones that get to print the money out of thin air, not him. So back off, man. We're not gonna let you do this. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on right now. I think the financial structures as well as the power structures are starting to crumble, and that's kind of what I'm going to talk about tonight, because I see both starting to crumble a little bit. In fact, a lot. They just are not able to tolerate or able to hear that there could be another currency that they don't control, or that has worldwide usage, and they can't just put their thumb on it and stop it or regulate it. So I think that's really starting to get to be a problem with them. And I think they're also starting to realize that this is on a blockchain. This is a distributed database, and there's just not much they're going to be able to do about stopping it. So they're going to just barrage it and put it down as much as possible. So very interesting. In fact, Sherman, you can watch it. I think it's an hour and 32 minutes or 38 minutes into the congressional hearing. He actually compares it to the World Trade Center. I mean, it's like, that's how bad he said Bitcoin is. It's like the innovations of the World Trade Center. We're running 2 airplanes into the World Trade Center is about the same as new innovations with blockchain. So when you've got people that are that far afield on this topic, then there really isn't much discussion to have with them. They don't understand it, they don't get it, and they never will. And this is just going to pass them by. So Congressman Sherman, with many others, you will just get left behind because you don't understand it, and you don't understand what people want. And that's what people want. People want a system of transfers of money without fees, and they want to be included in the banking system, and they want to be able to transact a lot easier than they do today without a third party involved, like a bank. So anyway, that's what's kind of starting to happen now. I see EOS is up a little bit. It's back over $4. Hopefully we're at the bottom and it goes nothing but higher. I think $4 is a very important point for EOS, because it's pretty close to 4 billion market cap. That's the money they raise. So anytime it goes below that, I think it's way undervalued, and it's undervalued beyond any financial way. That's kind of like an artificial low figure for it. I mean, it's not even a real figure, below $4 for EOS with the money that they raise. So we're over $4. Hopefully we go back up a little bit higher. I think we need to get over $5 to be in a safe zone, but I see that it's up a little bit today, so hopefully we keep going that direction. Also, I want to talk just a little bit about the challenge application. I talk about it a little bit. You want to keep up to date with that. I'll put the Telegram below. We are running on Jungle Testnet. We've been running for a while on Jungle Testnet. I think we got a couple more days of running on Jungle Testnet. All the contracts have been written. Smart contracts have been written. The next step is to integrate the smart contracts into the application, and then also to submit to Google so we can be an Android, because we're already an Apple. So I'd say we're a few weeks away from having that completed. One of the few applications running on a blockchain, fully functional in today's world, that has everything working without any problems, and easy to be able to onboard. And it's an application that has real usage. I mean, it's a geolocation application that allows people to transfer tokens from one person to another for meeting something that they agree on. So that's what it's about. It's a very simple concept, much like Facebook is. I mean, when I first heard about Facebook, I never joined Facebook, and I never even had a Facebook. In fact, I have just recently set up a Facebook, because I never thought Facebook was that interesting. I just thought putting pictures on the internet isn't something that I think is that exciting. And that's what I've always felt about Facebook, is it just wasn't that exciting. For a long time, they didn't have video. there was no monetization, and it was just putting your photo up. And I mean, I think Instagram's a better platform than Facebook. I always thought Facebook was a little bit cluttered in its in the way it worked, and I didn't think it had a very good interface. I just didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the user interface. I thought it was just kind of ugly and wasn't well set up. So yeah, I mean, I've never been a big Facebook user because I just thought it was too simple, and it just didn't have a good feel to it. Like Google's got a good feel. I think Facebook doesn't have a good feel. But what Facebook did is they made it simple. They made it so a lot of people used it, and they got a lot of people using it. So it became worldwide and has billions and billions of users, and it just happens to be easy enough, and happens to be people like it easy enough. It's easy enough to use that many people use it, and that's why it's become so popular. So you don't have to be complicated with this stuff. Bringing out something simple is a little bit sometimes better. It's easier to build, and you get it up and running, and you get users. That's what this is about, and hopefully that's what we'll do with the challenge application. We're hoping to release it here very soon. One of the few applications really running. That's one of the problems with blockchain. A lot of promises, very few deliveries. But I think when you get to the delivery and you start to see how it works and see the usage, then I think we'll be very popular. And that's hopefully very soon, in the very near future, which is actually a very good time to get this thing up and running, because right now its kind of prices are going to be kind of depressed, which means that there's a lot of upside potential. So that's what we're hoping for, a lot of upside potential. So like I said, I think we got a couple more days on Jungle Testnet, and we'll integrate the app with Android and upgrade it with Apple. And then I think we got a little bit of graphics to do, and we'll be up and running very soon. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll be talking a little bit more about that. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.